Okay, let's look at our new problem, which is called regex substitution. So again, regex comes, which is a very tricky thing. Re.sub tool we have to learn here, which sub means substitution, evaluates a pattern, and for each valid match, it calls a method lambda, or you can call it as lambda or a method. So a method is called for all matches and can be used to modify strings in different ways. So whenever there is a match, instead of showing there is a match, it will replace the match with something. Right? That's how you can imagine. Re.sub method returns the modified string as an output. So re.sub, here you can get to know about this function. So here you can see the example. These are the best ways. So import re, then we have to square the numbers, let's say. So it takes argument match square, and the number is equal to int match dot group 0, return str number square. So you can see here re dot sub, you wrote a pattern d plus, which are digits, and you are replacing it with a square, this square function, and inside that it goes this match thing. Okay, means like this string will go here, the match, sorry, means like this pattern will be looked in this string. Whatever the match will be, that match will go here, and it will calculate the square of the number string format. It will return. Why it is going here? Because you have specified the what it has to do when there is a match. So how it will substitute? It calls for a function via this. It is replacing. Okay. So your input was this guy, and the output will be this guy. So each number square it has calculated. So replaced or substituted another thing in place of one thing. That is how you can imagine. So this is transformation of string. Similarly, you can do replacement in string. So here you can see import re. This is the given string to you, this whole thing, and it is doing re.sub. It is looking for this pattern. You can see it is right here. You can see this line, and this is comment. So comment it is removing, and HTML is the input given. Okay, and it is replacing it with dash, nothing like dot. So you can see this file looks same here as well, but comment is removed here. You can see. So it is like starting and ending, and inside this you have any character repeated 1 or 2 times. So this we are already done with, right? So how to check? We don't have to do this much, I think. Here we just have to do some and or stuff. So you are given a text of n lines. The text contains double and double all symbols. Your task is to modify those strings to the following: double and goes to and this double or goes to or. Right, letter in words you have to write this symbol, you have to convert into words. These have space on both the sides, remember. So here you have say space, and here also. So space and space is it, then space or space it is. So that is what we have to replace. Then the first line contains the integer n, next n line contains the line of text, and you can see the constraints. The output is modified text. So you are getting the value of n first. How many lines will be given? So 11 lines. You can see 11 lines are there. So we have to replace this guy because it has space on both the sides, and similarly this guy, space on both the sides. But this you don't have to replace because only single line is there here. And also here if you will see, it is 3 lines, 3 ands, no replacement, single and, single or, no replacement. Here also it will not replace because here you have space. Okay, so space is on both the sides. This is important. So that is why it is written only change those ands which have space on both the sides. Only change those ors which have space on both the sides. So these won't be changed, only this guy and this guy will be changed. So here you can see in the output and or, rest everything looks same. So this is sort of tricky. For me took time still, so I'll explain you how I did. So first you directly have to import re. import re, and let's take the input, right? Input lines, we have to, each line by line we have to work. So for dash I'll write in range input int input, so that will take the value of n, right? So for each line you have to check whether there is and or not. So let me take the input string. So this will take one line, right? One line it will take, only one line. So what I have done till now, I have taken this 11 here in the input, and I am running a for loop, and first line I took and saved as s. Right, now how I will be checking it? So let me take this thing, where it is, this guy. Same thing we have to do. So we have to check for and, right? So I will put brackets. Bracket is necessary in Python 3 print. Now re dot sub, what I have to check? I have to check this space and then space again, right? This is what we have to check, and here we will give a string s, and what we have to replace with and, right? And have to replace with and, simple and. Yeah, but we have space as well, right? Space also is counted, both the sides space is there. So this is how it should look, right? For each line it will do, it will print, it will replace this stuff with and, else it will return the same thing, same whatever the line is will be returned same. So here you can see a is equal to 1, there is no double and symbol, this space symbol, so it will not replace anything, it will return the string as it is, a equal to 1. So let's see. So here you can see this is the input, and here you can see we have replaced the and nothing else has been replaced, right? Similar thing you can do for or as well, right? Or as well, where is the symbol or, and here you can write or. But here you can see it is not working out. Why? It is replacing all of it, all the ors it is replacing here, because means you can see it is giving you gibberish, because it is applying both the things we are applying to string, right? We are looking for double ors, so here you can see spaces and double ors are looking, and we can see it is changing the format. Okay, it is or everywhere, or I, or if, then a, or, so wherever there is a space it is doing it. So why it is doing it? Because double and double, this has its own meaning. Okay, if you will see re, it's not re, it's in like, oh yeah, re only. So here if you remember the symbols, there is a symbol which uses this as well. Now re, where it is, symbols, yeah. So here you can see there was star, there was question mark. See this guy, this has its own meaning, right? So it has or, so that's why it is putting or all the time, right? So to use this actual symbol, we knew that we had to use this slash, so that escapes the special characters. So we have done this before as well, that is the main catch here. So this comes from practice only. So here is dash, here dash. So now it will literally take this as two lines instead of using as a symbol here, which we have seen before. Where is that? Where did it go? This one. So it will not see as the use of this. It will literally take the lines. So let's do it. So here you can see it is coming as it is, and it has replaced here with or. Now why it is printing two times? Because if you remember, if a string goes inside this, what will happen? If it will find this double symbol, it will replace it with and, else it will return the string as it is. So that is why this guy is printing. Whenever anything comes up, it is printing as it is. If there is a double and, it is replacing it with letters and. So that's why we are getting double times, and because it returns the same string as it is. So both guys are doing this, so that is why we are getting two times. So is there any way we can do it only once? So what we can do is, we can do something like, we can store it to s. Each line by line we are working, right? So first it will apply and, whether there is any and or not, it will replace it with this and else it will give the string as it is back to s. Then in next line we will do s is equal to only. Now again it will look for the or and it will save it to s. So in that way it is going sequential way, right? So let's do it. And in last, what I'll do, re dot sub, and I can print s. So I'm storing expected string and bytes like object. So s, I think, yeah, okay, sorry, I'm printing it. I don't have to print, so it will store it. So why I'm doing one after the other, you can see, right? First it is looking for one after the other. We are dealing each line one by one. In the next for loop, next line will come. So first line, what it will do, it will be taken in and stored in s, and it is looking here for double and. If there is double and space, then it will replace, else it will provide a equal to 1 semicolon to s again. Then this line comes here and it will look for double or. If it is there double or, then it will replace it with this letters, else it will store it to same s. Now you can print the s, because we are not printing anything. So print s I will do here, so you will get the single time only, right? Sample test case is passed. Submit code. But some of the test cases you can see it is not working out, right? So what's the problem? So how you gonna figure out? I mean, you might have think correct way that yeah, these are the possibilities, but you are not able to figure out the problem. So you can see one of your test cases. You can cheat. It's like cheating, but you should not do this, frankly. But if you want to know what you are missing out, you can just cheat around and you can use some of your hackos. Hackos is you will be collecting. I'll show you later on. So if you have hackos, unlock it and see what is the problem. See, this is the input given, n value is 1. So one line is being given and it was expecting your output this, but you are not getting that output. So let's see what we are getting. So we should be getting and XOR, right? And XOR. So these guys converted into OR. This is and this is again and. Here you can see. So what I'll do is I'll take this whole thing and I'll do here test against custom input, paste it, and we had one also, right? In the beginning, 1. So this is the input. Now if you'll run it, you will see the output. You are getting only one and. This and is not being replaced. What's the problem? So the problem is you are only running this once in the string. In one line you are running it once, but you can see in one line your double and is appearing, this pattern is appearing 2 times, then what will happen? How you gonna figure change it? Like you can see the problem, bro. In one line only you are getting the pattern 2 times, but you are doing it only once here. Once it will check for and it will replace it. Okay, then it moves to the next line here. It is not checking for the second AND pattern, which is this. So we have to do it repeatedly so that all the ANDs and ORs will be replaced within a line. So for that what I'll do is I'll use while loop. Okay, so while I'll define something called temporary variable. Temp is equal to 0 and I'll check temp. If it is not equal to s, then keep running this loop. What it will do, it will keep on replacing AND and OR. Okay, and it will save it to temp is equal to s. See what is happening here. So you have initialized a variable temp and you are doing this loop inside this loop until temp is not equal to s, and if it is equal to s it will come out of it, right? That is what while loop means. It will run this loop as far as temp is not equal to s. If temp becomes equal to s, it will go out of it, right? So first I stored the value the string s in temp, then I applied the operation or an AND operation, then it goes again back to this loop. It will see whether s is equal to temp or not. Because we have done the modification in s, now temp and s will not be same, so it will run the loop again. Temp will be s will be saved to temp, then again it will apply AND and OR. So it will, within one single line, it will apply AND and OR multiple times until temp and s becomes equal, until there is no more ANDs and ORs to be replaced. Then in that case temp and s becomes equal, so this condition will fail and it will come out, and then you can print s, right? So this part is bit tricky and I got to know when I did this stuff, right? So this is like cheating. You should not do this. You should get the idea beforehand itself, but this is just to show you that how you can figure out where you are lacking or where you are missing, so that you can modify your code accordingly. Now you will run the same code, run same environment, and you can see it is and OR, right? So now it will work. Let me remove this, run the code. So here it was showing sample test before as well, test case was passed, but when you tried to submit it, it was not doing it. But you can see now it is passed, all the test cases are passed. The problem was in one line only multiple patterns were appearing and we were not handling that. So this while loop is doing this now. Okay, so good question. Regex is anyway tricky type, so spend more time with regex and parsing. That will make you more powerful in Python. Okay, so let's move on to the next problem now.